Hi, everyone. Happy freaking beautiful Friday. I'm so happy we're doing this today because you know what? I need it just as much as you do. We are here doing our energy reset party. And I have some very special guests with me today. We've got Lauren.
Hi.
And I'm so happy we're doing this today because you know what? I need it just as much as you do. And the sound sounded a little bit weird just now, but we're just gonna go with it and pray for the best. All right, so we are here doing, my name is Elizabeth Webb. Did you guys hear that? All right, we're having a little technical weirdness, and this is just what happens when you do things live. All right, fingers crossed that that's gonna get better, and we're gonna be smooth sailing. I feel that happening. Yay, I feel it.
It's the universe giving your own back to you.
Okay. So the reason why I do these energy reset parties is because it's my mission to empower leaders and light workers, people who are here on this planet to spread light, people here who are here on this planet with a mission to have a positive impact. We all need help. We all need tools. We all need support. And I'm here to provide that for you. And I know today we have people from all over the planet. That's so exciting. We've got people from Sweden, Israel, Africa. We're here in Miami. We've got people within the US and California. We've got lots of people in New York. So I just really want to say hello. Thank you for spending time with us. And we're gonna set some sacred space and get you guys all clean off your aura. Just take you like a little, just take any funkiness and just wipe it on off so you can spread your light in the world full blast. How does that sound? Ooh, I'm hearing, yeah, let's do it, yeah. Okay, nice. So I'm gonna ask you guys to scoot in with me, just scoot in all the way. And probably for the first time today, I'm gonna have us all fully, intentionally relax. So I'm gonna invite you to close your eyes. We're gonna make sure our feet are grounded on the floor. And we're gonna do 3 really deep breaths. One more. Great. You can open your eyes. Now we're gonna raise and drop our shoulders a few times. I want you fully in the shot. Come on in so they can see your beautiful face. Raise and drop the shoulders. Do a little shimmy at the bottom. Nice, TJ. Nice. And now we're gonna stamp our feet on the floor. And I want you to visualize the center of the earth, the core of the earth, there supporting you, grounding you, protecting you, rooting you, anytime you want to tap into this. So I want you to visualize the center of the earth, visualize that earth energy coming up through the ground, up through the floorboards, up through your legs, up through your spine, and out the top of your head. And we're going to ground this feeling of calm, rootedness, protection by putting our thumb and our forefinger together. There you go. And I'm going to ask you to speak out loud. I am protected.
I am protected.
Yes, you are. You are protected. And anytime that you're feeling not protected, you're feeling at risk, you're feeling scared, know that you can call upon that feeling of protection and anchor this for yourself, because that actually works to anchor that. Use that anytime you're not feeling protected and know that it is so. Okay, beautiful. You guys can scoot out a little. I'm not gonna ask you to strain yourself the whole time unless you want to. All right, so I just want to give a special shout out to TJ. Yeah, lean in. Our first guy. Yes. This man is secure in his masculinity. He's a rock star. So the theme of today is about making choices. Our life is a series of choices, a series of decisions. We have choices every single day. Most of them probably feel small. Probably feels like, oh, do I want to have this or this for breakfast? Do I want to press snooze 3 times or do I want to leap out of bed? Do I want to drink that extra glass of water? Do I want to call this person back or am I going to wait until later? Am I going to be focused right now or am I going to go do whatever else I want to do that's procrastination? Our life is a series of small choices, small decisions we make all the time. And choices, especially daily choices, become habits. And habits really determine our results in life, how effective we are, how happy we are. And what I study and what I teach is different forms of positive psychology. And it's the study of training the brain through consistent action, how to have frequent positive emotions. Frequent positive emotions. So what that means is you're in control. Of course, situations will occur that create situational sadness, that make you feel rejected, that have you feel disappointed. That's a part of life, especially if you're leading a big, interesting life. You're going to have those scenarios. It's a guarantee. And the way that we fill our emotional reserves on a daily basis is 100% going to determine how you process all these, sometimes negative things that happen. So I have daily routines, things that I do every day that are my daily choices that fill my tanks. So when I go out and I spread my light in the world, A, it's authentic, and B, I have extra energy to share. So the first level of choices, just to recap, is the daily choices that you make on your own behalf. The things that add to your energy versus detract from your energy. And we have the opportunity with every single small choice that we make to say, am I gonna add to my energy or am I gonna detract from my energy right now? And in Chinese philosophy, there's a word called Jing. And Jing refers to the level of energy that you have. And you can either deplete it or you can add to it. So every time you exercise, you're adding to your Jing. Every time maybe you procrastinate, you're taking a little bit of Jing away from your projects, from yourself, from your motivation. Listen, it's fine to procrastinate. This is not about being perfect. It's about a series of decisions, and you can choose a new decision at any time. And it's really about also what you do most of the time. You get to be a human being. You get to hit the snooze button. You get to take a break from exercising. You get to say the wrong thing. That's part of giving yourself permission to be human. But I would like for you to examine what are your habits, what are your routines, and what are the choices, the small choices that you're consistently making for yourself on your own behalf. Do they add to your Jing, your energy, or do they deplete your Jing or your energy? All right, how did that feel? I'm doing a check-in.
Amazing.
All right,
I'm over here like, oh my God. Yes.
All right, well, it's all about self-care. And I challenge you all to take care of yourselves on a daily basis in small ways. The extra water, going to bed at a time that actually feels good to you, prioritizing your joy. I've been prioritizing dancing for the last 100 days or so. Saturday is my 100th day. Woo! These guys are going to be in the dance video. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. So I challenge you to prioritize your joy. Now I'm going to move into talking about choices on a deeper level. And this is actually a very big deal because I'm going to talk about the choices that are hard to make, that could alter the course of your life forever, with a yes or a no. Will you marry me? Yes or no? Will you move to California for that job opportunity? Yes or no? Do you want to invest in this? Do you want to, Maybe it's take that vacation. Maybe it's start that project. Maybe it's get into a business partnership. I'm talking about the decisions and the choices that are really scary to make. And I have had a year personally of very terrifying, exciting choices. I moved from New York, which is really my comfort zone. After a decade plus, I moved to Miami. I broke up with someone that I was very much in a comfort zone with. My life has changed, and I've been faced with situations where I have to make a big decision. And the way that I've been guided, some of this wisdom is rooted in Kabbalah, and I give my mentor at the Kabbalah Center in New York credit for this first way to make a choice. His name's Michael Moskowitz. He would say, if you have to make a really big decision, the first thing you should check in on is, what is my consciousness? What is my consciousness right now? What does that look like? It looks like checking in about where you're making the decision from. Are you trying to win? Are you trying to look good to other people? Are you trying to please someone else that's not you? Part of me wanted to go ahead and just get married so people would stop worrying about when I was going to get married, so I could be like, hey, family, I'm going to be fine. Look, see, I'm settled. Even though I didn't really want that. That's not a decision that's for me. That's a people-pleasing decision. So check in on your consciousness. Are you making a decision out of fear? Or are you making a decision because it feels like growth? It feels exciting to you. It feels like your next future step. Maybe it scares you a little bit, but it also excites you. It's out of your comfort zone. So the first thing is to do an audit of yourself and get really brutally honest about, what is my consciousness when I'm making this decision? The second thing is check in with your intuition. And I believe that our intuition doesn't get enough credit because maybe one time you trusted your gut and it didn't go your way. So you're like, oh, I can't trust myself. No, that's bullshit. Our intuition always guides us in the right direction. Sometimes it guided you a place where it looked like there was a mistake because you needed to make that mistake. And I firmly believe that when you check in, which is you can get really quiet, put your hands wherever feels real for you, that you can access your soul on a deeper level and say, do you have any messages for me on this? I am listening. And if you get nothing at that time, that's fine. What you're doing is creating that dialogue between you and your intuition. So, if I had listened to my intuition on some choices, I would have made that decision a year before. But I was functioning over it, thinking rationally, and not really checking in with myself. So I invite you to check in with your intuition. Third question, when making a huge life-altering decision, is what will future me think about this decision? Will future Lauren, or future TJ, or future Elizabeth, will they wish that you'd taken that risk? Will they wish that you'd gone for it? Will they wish that you had taken a leap and not known what's going to happen, for better or for worse? Or will they wish that you didn't, that you stayed longer? But that, I really invite you to check in on that. And also know that as long as you're making decisions and not staying in deliberation is a cop-out, first of all. Overthinking things, overanalyzing, procrastinating with decisions is 100% a cop-out, because when we're in action, that's when we make results, make mistakes, fall on our face, we get to win, we get to accomplish things. That's where the really exciting stuff happens, is when we're making powerful choices. So, fourth step, pull that trigger, baby. Pull that trigger. Don't sit on it. Don't write in your journal for 3 months. Make the choice and go for it. Either way, whatever you choose to do. So I'm going to recap that for you. I know some of you are taking notes feverishly. All right. Recap for making huge life-altering decisions. 1, what is my consciousness? Do an audit. Do a real deep check-in. 2, check in with your intuition. 3, what will future you wish that you had done? and 4. Pull that trigger, baby. Pull it, all right? So I'm gonna now, I just want us to actually take a deep breath, all right? We're gonna take a deep breath because that was a lot. It's a lot to digest. So we're just gonna check in, ground a little bit, do a little shimmy, deep breath. Maybe one more, we're gonna do one more. Beautiful. Thank you for going there with me. I appreciate that. So Lauren has decided to be super brave and get coached today on camera. Just a little laser. We've only got 2 minutes on this.
Okay.
So any question you want to ask, anything at all?
Yeah, hearing you talk and just talking about kind of getting out of funks and little ways to bring yourself back. I just started a job and that's been extremely stressful for me. And I used to do a lot of little things and I set timers for myself just to come back to the present moment. I guess my question is, in this level of stress, which I know that you also deal with
All the time.
what are some good things that I can do to maybe lessen that stress and just bring myself back to my core being and maybe making it clearer for myself to be able to even hear myself, my intuition, or
Right.
what are little things that I can do?
Absolutely. Okay, I think that's a great question.
Yeah, it's important.
I bet there's an enormous amount of people who are alive with us right now who can really relate to this. You're in the throes of maybe a new experience. Maybe it's a job you've had for 10 years and the stress levels are so high and you're kind of in survival mode.
Right.
Almost. It's like if you're constantly treading water, you open up your email inbox and it's like an explosion of things that you haven't done. A million different people are trying to get your attention. It's really, really stressful.
Yeah, you get lost. I feel like I lose myself and it's harder for me to connect back to that.
So the truth of the matter that you can embrace, this actually gives me a lot of peace, is you're never going to get it all done.
Right.
You're never, ever, ever going to get it all done. So if that keeps you up at night, you're going to have a really difficult time in any career.
Right.
Even if you were, a cocktail waitress, you would wake up and be like, oh, I didn't reshelve the bottles. Oh, I didn't close my checks out right. Wait, did I split that tip with that person? There's always going to be stress. So embracing that you get to have rest and you get to have replenishment, whether you've gotten it all done or not, I think is key.
Yeah.
So when you're thinking oh, I have to still do this, I would, do you make a lot of lists?
I don't. I should probably.
Okay. So I would really recommend that you do a brain dump.
Okay.
Where all of those thoughts, they have to go somewhere because they're like, Lauren, you gotta do, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and it's little piranhas floating around in your brain. So you need to be like, hey piranhas, thanks for sharing. I'm gonna write you guys all down so you know that you're not gonna be forgotten by me, and I'm gonna handle this tomorrow starting at 9 a.m. And right now, I'm gonna take sacred time to rest, replenish, relax in whatever way you see fit so that you can actually keep going.
Yeah.
Because a burned out Lauren serves no one.
Right.
You can't, you're not going to be functioning well, or you're going to be functioning miserably. And
It's not.
that serves no one. So I also invite you to sometimes put your phone on airplane mode so you're not getting texts and emails, and have sacred 2 hours or whatever it is where you've set boundaries with people and they know that 8 to 10 is Lauren time. And they're not like, why didn't you return my email? You're like, you've set the expectation and you're not being passive aggressive about it. You've set the expectation, I'm not available these hours.
That's a great idea.
And this is how I can keep going for you, is that I take this time.
I didn't even know there was an airplane mode.
There is. I'll show
My
you.
phone's constantly going off. That's
Okay.
a great idea.
So let's put that phone to good use and put on some music. We are gonna dance it out.
Oh yeah.
All right, it's time for a little dance break. And what I really want you to do, those people who are at home, I really want you to get up